Hello and welcome back to another episode of Hockey Talking. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. It is the beginning of August and, well, we got some news to talk about regarding the Hawks. We got three things we're going to talk about in this episode, and we're not going to waste any time, so let's get to it. To start us off, Alex DeBrincat got married over the weekend, and thanks to social media, we got to see a lot of his teammates celebrating in the occasion as well, including former teammate Drake Caggiula making an appearance, and also former roommate of his and recently traded Blackhawk Adam Boqvist. The feels, they're real, man, they're real. I'm going to miss that kid. But lovely pictures for a lovely occasion. And not only that, we got to see the likes of Jonathan Toews, Captain Toews, seemingly having a good time. Now, I know it's a wedding, and there's refreshments being enjoyed, for sure. But he looks good. He looks like he's mentally kind of on track to be playing this upcoming season. At least, from these pictures. Obviously, there's no guarantee, but it bodes well, right? So, good times, good pictures, good stuff. Next up on the list, Marc-Andre Fleury, the goaltender we traded for about a week ago. And sorry, I didn't do him justice there. The reigning Vezina Trophy winning goaltender, Marc-Andre Fleury, that we traded for about a week ago. There was questions about whether he'd play in Chicago. Play in a city that's not Pittsburgh or Las Vegas, because those are the only two places he's played in his entire career, and he's had a long career. He's not a spring chicken anymore, and he started in the league as a spring chicken. There's questions. Didn't know if he was going to maybe retire and not play out his final year in his contract, or if he was going to maybe demand a trade to a different location, possibly to Pittsburgh or just somewhere else. Well, thankfully, neither of those two things are the case. He has told the Blackhawks he's going to play. He's going to play. He's going to be a Chicago Blackhawk. Marc-Andre Fleury for $7 million for this one season is going to play for the Blackhawks and make our goaltending unit pretty darn solid. I assume Lankinen will probably back him up. It's a pretty good unit right there. Now, that $7 million, the silver lining of him possibly retiring or we trading him away, we would have those $7 million to then spend upgrading the team or getting another veteran goaltender. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to be using that $7 million on Marc-Andre Fleury, which is a pretty good use. But that also means that the Blackhawks are pretty much right up against the cap. Now, Sam Bowman said that they don't really need to make any more moves to stay below the cap. We'll see. I'm sure they have their inner calculations, even taking into account Brandon Hagel not, re-signed yet, or Alex Nylander not re-signed yet. I'm sure there's ways for them to get under the cap. I don't know what that is. It's going to be maneuvering players around. Might be waiting to re-sign those players till the season when they could put Andrew Shaw's, salary onto LTIR. I mean, there's probably ways to do it, but it's a puzzle that I'm not going to really worry about trying to figure out. I will let them handle it. All I'm going to worry about is the fact that we have Marc-Andre Fleury going to be playing in goal for the Blackhawks this year. And then last but not least, it was leaked today that an internal memo was sent out by Danny Wirtz saying that the Blackhawks would be presenting their findings from their sexual abuse allegation investigation. They were going to be making those public, so that is positive news to hear, I guess. There were some folks who were kind of not wanting to participate in the investigation unless the findings were made public. I don't know if this does it for them, considering this was kind of just an internal memo that was sent out within the Blackhawks organization and not, one to the public, which you'd hope they kind of would have done at the beginning, but baby steps, I guess. Yeah, we'll see what that entails. We'll see if, anything's redacted or whatever. I don't know exactly what this all means, but it seems like it's at least, like I said, a baby step in the right direction, or at least the direction that people, want this to go. Because, yeah, we don't want this covered up. We don't want this swept under the rug. We want, we want to figure out what happened or who was at fault, and so that justice can be had, essentially. So we got that news today, which was nice. But yeah, it's still a ways to go probably in that investigation. We'll see if it gets done before the season starts. I think it will, but I mean, season starts in October, so we still might have a little bit of ways to go. So don't get your hopes up too much about getting some sort of resolution soon here. But keep in mind, don't let it float away, because that would be the worst thing we could do. But yeah, there we go. 3 topics, 3 news items covering the Hawks that we've learned recently here. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hockey Talkie. Let me know your thoughts on any of the news items down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.